Okay, I'm here. Whoa, you're still out of focus. Okay, there we go.
Cool.
You went out of focus just at that second. Um, I'm here talking with Matt Thorson, the developer of Towerfall, which I'm so excited is coming to OUYA first in June. Towerfall's been getting some great buzz this year at
Yeah.
PAX and GDC. How's it been? I don't know. How's it been showing people the game, like getting them to play it in person?
Yeah, it's been great. One of the most satisfying parts of the game's development is just seeing how quickly people pick it up and sort of get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely what I love about it. When did development on Towerfall start?
Almost exactly a year ago, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it started as a game jam game, actually.
Oh, no kidding. What jam was
Yeah.
it?
It was called the Full Indie Jam in Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah, it started as a single player Flash game though, so it was completely different.
And so then how did it develop from that single player Flash game into what it is now?
Basically, I kept trying to force like a single player campaign into it, but whenever I tested with players, the multiplayer just completely overshadowed it, like to the point where no one cared about the single player anymore. So I just went with the multiplayer, and yeah, I think the game is much better for it.
Yeah, and it's one of the things I'm really excited about Ouya as far as like being able to just do local multiplayer games sort of unapologetically in
Yeah,
that way.
yeah, exactly. I really wanted the game to launch somewhere where people would have controllers on a couch, so it's kind of why I jumped at the chance.
Nice. What else are you up to in Vancouver other than working on Towerfall?
Well, I live in what we call the indie house, which is myself, Alec Holoka, Chevy Ray Johnston, and Noel Berry. We're all indie developers. We're all living together here.
That's awesome. I
It's a
think there's
great
one
environment.
like it in San Francisco and in Austin, Texas now as well.
Yeah, and there's one in the UK.
What's it like living in the house? Is everyone clean or is it really messy? Tell me about this. I want to know.
Yeah, yeah, we're relatively clean. We're not like pristine or anything, but I don't know. It's just it's a really kind of random, I guess. Like I'll wake up and there'll just be random people around because we all just sort of work our own hours and just like having other local developers over to just talk with and stuff. And so we'll just have like impromptu sort of jams and stuff all the time.
That
Pretty nice.
sounds amazing, and what a great idea. I think a lot of people that reach out about how to start making games or get into games, it's really about connecting with that local community because which in Los Angeles, we've kind of just started. Now there's this co-working space called Glitch City, which some
Okay.
developers are starting to operate out of, but especially because LA can be so spread out and distributed, I think it's taken us a while to find each
Right.
other, but it does help so much to have that reinforcement, I guess, of just someone else that like gets what you're
Yeah.
going through and you can check in with and is sort of kind of holding you accountable as well. Where do you get inspiration from for Towerfall?
Oh, Towerfall is definitely inspired. The main inspiration is Super Smash Bros. Melee, obviously, and it's like
Hmm.
just these old games I played as a kid, multiplayer with my friends. It's totally trying to capture that feeling again, and like the friendly rivalry of it is really cool. How like you and your friends would, as a group, sort of improve together and discover the game together. There's not many games that capture that anymore.
Are you from Vancouver?
No, I'm from the prairies, actually, Alberta.
The prairies. I've actually,
Yeah.
you're the first person I've read that reference, but I haven't actually heard someone use that reference before.
Yeah, I'm actually from like a small town in the middle of nowhere in the middle of Canada.
And what then brought you to making games from the middle of nowhere?
Oh, really? I just loved games. I've been making them since I was 16, I guess, when I found Game Maker. Um,
Oh, awesome.
I I
That's a
didn't
great
even know an
tool.
indie community existed for years, and then once I did, I realized I had to know more people in it because the people are awesome.
What exposed you to it?
Oh, Derek, you reviewed one of my games on tigsource.com, and so I
Whoa!
found it through Google. Yeah. he
That's
just
kind
wrote
of
like a little
awesome.
blurb, but to me it was amazing because no one had ever really, aside from like the forums I'd posted the game on, no one had ever really picked them up before.
Yeah.
So it
Which
was
game
really
was
cool.
that?
Oh, I don't even remember. It was one of
Ah!
my it was it was one of my I made like 12 games when I was a kid that are all they're all good if you know what I was trying to do, but just as an objective like outsider, they're not that great.
Do they still live somewhere, these games? Like, can people
Yeah, they're
find
all on my website. Well, the really old ones I don't really show, but if you email me, I'll give them to you. Um,
So you've always been independent, or have you ever done contract work at a larger studio or worked in a
um,
studio?
no, well, I did a bit of QA one summer as a kid, and
Hmm.
I worked as a programmer slash designer for a studio one summer, but I didn't really enjoy it. And so I just went back to it. I didn't even
Like
really
that for
know I could
me.
make money on my own, but then I sort of discovered Flash games and started making money through that.
Oh, really? So you were kind of self-sustainable, kind of making money from early on, or?
Yeah, before I even finished university, I paid my way through my last 2 years of university with Flash games.
Wow, that's fantastic. Have you worked on a team?
Um, well, small teams. Like I've done collaborations, I guess. Uh, Towerfall is actually going to be the biggest team I've ever had, which will
Really?
be yeah. So I got two sound effects guys, two artists, and a musician. That's a lot of people for me.
That
It's
is a
usually
lot of people.
yeah. They're all contract, but it's yeah, it's still I'm managing a lot of people. It's pretty new for me.
And they're also all from kind of different disciplines. So you're not working with
Yeah.
another game designer necessarily.
Yeah,
Or,
and it's
yeah.
still I still get to sort of make it my vision, which is cool.
What do you find? What have you found so far? I don't know if you found anything so far in that process of managing kind of a larger team that is maybe been surprising to you or challenging.
I've found that I can't just like my normal process is just make a big list of all the things I have to do and then just
Right.
go on and like pick the one I want to do most and do it. Whereas with this, I can't really do that because then nothing's happening in the right order and everyone's confused. So I have to think ahead a lot more, pretty much.
Well, again, I'm so excited to play it on my OUYA soon. I hope that I will get an APK so I can check it out.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, it was fun.